Summer Spellman, Harriet Bibby, is living through a nightmare in Coronation Street, having been arrested and charged with the murder of Theo Silverton, a crime she didn't commit. The police had plenty of evidence against Summer, but it was Tyrone Dobbs, Alan Halsall, refusal to back up her story that sealed her fate. After her arrest, Summer informed DS Lisa Connorswain, Vicky Myers, that Theo had been alive when she'd left his flat after their confrontation. She revealed that Tyrone had watched her leave, and had also seen Theo at the window, proving that she was telling the truth. However, when Lisa questioned Tyrone, he denied everything. With Summer's situation looking hopeless, she took drastic action and turned off her insulin pump, which resulted in her being admitted to hospital. Tragically, she confessed that she couldn't stand to be in prison any longer and didn't think she would survive it. In tonight's episode, Todd Grimshaw, Gareth Pierce, continued his vigil at her bedside, where he was joined by Nina Lucas, Molly Gallagher, and Asha Allahan, Tanisha Gorey. As Summer shared her fears about returning to prison, Todd encouraged her to find someone to lean on for support, like a chaplain. Heartbreakingly, Summer revealed that she didn't believe God existed in prison, and that she was starting to lose faith that he was anywhere at all. She tearfully expressed how it broke her heart to be questioning her faith, as it made her feel completely alone after the deaths of Billy Mayhew, Paul Foreman, and her biological dad. However, little did she know, hope was just around the corner. After literally bumping into Gary Windass, Mikey North, who shared his theory that the police were prepared to pin Theo's murder on Summer because she was a convenient target, Tyrone was given food for thought. Viewers will know that Tyrone lied to the police about seeing Summer that night because he was covering up his own misdeeds, having accidentally dropped a car on Carl Webster, Jonathan Howard. After explaining everything to Fizz Stape, Jenny McAlpine, Tyrone made the decision to come forward with the truth, hoping that it would help get Summer out of prison. Will the police believe his change of story, or has Summer's fate already been sealed? And what will happen to Tyrone when the truth of his involvement with Carl's accident is exposed? The cobbles of Coronation Street felt colder than usual as Summer Spellman stood outside the corner shop, her hands trembling despite the thin rays of morning sun. Everything around her looked the same. Familiar faces, familiar streets, but inside, something had quietly begun to fracture. For weeks, Summer had been trying to hold it together. Exams, expectations, health worries she didn't always speak aloud, and a growing sense that she was falling behind everyone else no matter how hard she tried. She used to believe that if she just worked harder, stayed kinder, and kept pushing forward, things would eventually fall into place. But lately, that belief had started to slip through her fingers. It began with small things. A missed deadline. A conversation that didn't go the way she hoped. A sleepless night that turned into 3. Then came the heavier moments, the kind that made her stare at her reflection and wonder if she was disappearing behind her own exhaustion. Today, she couldn't even bring herself to walk into Roy's Rolls. The thought of pretending to be fine felt impossible. So she stood there instead, watching the world continue without her, feeling like she was somehow outside of it. "Aren't you meant to be in college?" a voice called gently. It was Nina. She had a way of appearing exactly when silence became too loud. Summer tried to smile, but it broke halfway. "I can't do it anymore," Summer admitted, voice barely steady. "Everyone keeps saying it'll get better, but I don't think I'm getting better. I think I'm just tired of trying." Nina didn't rush to answer. She simply stood beside her, letting the moment exist without trying to fix it immediately. That silence, strangely,